Here we go. The unveiling of of Josh Camson style guide for
Yeah.
Ask Ronna.
And we'll yes and no this as it goes.
That's true.
Whether if he's got it right. Yeah.
So this is what you would get after you submit a letter. Or maybe. Here we go. Thank you for considering submitting a question to the Carriage House. We know you are very desperate and likely sitting at the edge of your fainting couch before clicking submit on your question. But before you do, please take a glance through the style guide to make sure your question is of the caliber necessary to Mrs. Glickman and Bryan to read on air.
For Mrs. Glickman and Bryan to read on air.
Excuse me, for Mrs. Glickman.
I just don't want them to think he made that.
No, that was me. That was me.
Yeah.
Before you even think of submitting a question, have you done the following? Number 1, left a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars only. Number 2.
That's actually, we could stop the whole lesson right there.
Yep.
If there's anyone who's written to us and hasn't given us a 5-star review,
come on.
I just want to say, I hope you're sitting in your private shame right now. And I hope you immediately go click.
Yep.
And I hope you don't say, oh, I can't believe it. I'm going to do that later.
Yeah.
I also hope you're not the kind of person who says, well, now I don't want to do it because they want me to do it.
Yeah.
Because if you are, and you know who you are, shame on you and grow up. That's what I got to tell you about that.
The rest of these on this list are perks, but that's the one that's like, yeah, to gain entry.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Have you taken a breath today? That's
exactly
the same question. Yeah. Okay, go on, dear.
Have you ordered our delicious coffee? Have you taken a sip of Negroni to calm yourself over your desperate situation? Subscribe to the Patreon. Join the AR Social Club, arsocialclub.com or arsocial.club. If you are looking for general advice, please read below. If it answers your question, feel free to keep the question to yourself, Dia.
I love that. Though he's giving pre-answers to questions.
On relationships and friendships that end. Every person that we encounter, this is the answer. Every person we encounter in life comes to our lives for a reason or a season. And seasons pass and reasons change, as do relationships. If a friend is telling you a friendship is over, then it's over. You are allowed to mourn the friendship and you are allowed to be upset. It is likely not in your best interest to try to salvage the relationship if the other person is not interested. Nor is it advisable to get on the phone with them and confront them with, but. It will not give you closure. You may never get closure. It is not that person's responsibility to give you closure. That comes from you. Of course, if you are the violating party who dumped someone or ghosted someone for seemingly no reason, you can give the dumpee some clue as to why, whether they don't wear deodorant or you once stooped to their father. On gifts.
What do you think about that?
I think it's fabulous.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think that's pretty spot on.
On gifts. Why are you writing in about a gift? We do an entire special every year. Veronica. Open up Instagram and scroll back to 2021, 2020, or 2019. And see all the amazing choices and the terrific work Tony did in making it all look good.
And Nick, I have to say.
I think we need to add Nick to that. Okay.
In fairness, Nick is the one who makes it look good. Tony makes it all look easy. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I love
Tony works his absolute bones off, making it all look easy.
He did. He does. On whatever is happening to a 29 or 30-year-old. You are manic at this age. Your friend turning 30.
You are a maniac.
Oh, excuse me. You are a maniac at this
age.
Your friend turning 30 is trash. Someone is making a horrible decision at the precipice of adulthood. This is not an excuse to act horribly to people, but it is an explanation for why the people in your life may be acting like crazy people at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, then there's a number 1 under this. These are the rest of the rules. Number 1, Mrs. Glickman and Bryan must read these letters out loud.
This is on conciseness.
Conciseness, excuse me. When they are too long, it makes it difficult for our intrepid host to get through them without becoming bored, angry, annoyed, or fatigued. And you do not want them in any of these moods when answering your questions. So please keep it as concise as possible. So far, there is no word count limit. But go back to your letter before clicking send and read it out loud. Did you get tired or bored halfway through? Then think of Mrs. Glickman and Bryan. Think of our listeners. Use the delete key.
I think that's the best advice I've encountered so far in this whole thing.
Fabulous.
Reread your letter. This goes for everything in life. Reread your letter and figure out the part where you got bored or tired and cut it.